But yeah, I think congratulations to you from moving to SD1 to SD2. And
Thank you.
but yeah, I think that the very first question that people are interested in understanding, how is that treating for you? How the things changes for you? Uh, like I expect there would be a ton of responsibilities and work to do, but how that translates into a day-to-day work life.
So I think, as I was mentioning, when you're in SD1, what is really expected of you is execution. And then if you're designing, that's a plus. And all of those things basically take you towards that next step, that transition. So I think yes. So once I got promoted, the involvement in the bigger picture becomes more. So you are not just in this part of the, in this small part of the picture. You have to zoom out a bit and look at the bigger part of the picture. And you cannot just be like, okay, I can go blind about what else is going on around my system.
Mm-hmm.
So as you go senior, you have to start zooming out and take a broader perspective, or take a step back, look at how end to end things should work, or how end to end things are working. So I think that those are the things I have started incorporating in my day to day as well. Like I feel that difference, that now instead of just getting it done, I'm also looking at it like how this could be avoided, or all of those things basically which come with experience. Apart from that, I think you have to have that sense of authority and ownership in you, in order to really drive your part or your piece, whatever you're driving. So obviously as you grow in your role, you are going to own a lot more than you were owning when you're in an SD1. But for that to happen, you really need to be very clear about what you're doing and why you're doing. Again, it comes back to the basics.
Right.
But here, what I really want to highlight is that not just about your system, about, let's say you are working on a very big platform. Like I'm working on the sellers.flipkart.com side of the world. So I cannot cast a blind eye towards what other systems or my sister systems are doing. Uh, if I really want to be the good SD2 that I want to become, I will have to understand what those systems are facing, and obviously learning from other people's mistake, or learning from other systems mistakes is something that gets incorporated. And again, you have to have those tech details about the infra and all. Now you can't just run to somebody, that adult in the room is you now, so you have to have that.
Yeah.
So those things.
Yeah, true that. I think again, a lot of answers are expected from you instead of questions at this moment. You should have answers at hand. You should have details at hand, and
Yeah.
that is something becomes your a good expectation from you. And as you mentioned, that you should have that in-depth knowledge about not specifically the how the system works, but what are other systems that are in place, because how your system will build up, and how you can design better, how it can interface with the other sister systems, and that is the expectations. And since you are laid out very carefully and like give a very good picture, I think audience will be able to understand if you are an aspiring SD2, or if you are looking to move into this domain, and maybe soon you are getting promoted. Be sure that you are getting the right set of knowledge, and you are aware of all the systems, all the things that are working in your platform or on your side of it. And I truly believe that no amount of knowledge is going to hurt you. Let's say you are working in this XYZ domain and there is a parallel domain ABC going on, which has nothing to do with your domain right now. But gaining some of the knowledge of that domain will is going to help you, right? Whatever, as Mayuri mentioned, that whatever mistakes were made during building of that system is going to impact how better you can create your systems, how you can eventually improve the things that you are working on. It could trickle down to the LLDs or the HLDs of the product, or how you think about the future of that part. So yeah, gaining the right set of knowledge. From here, I want to take a slightly detour towards the side of it. Since you are working in SD2, now you have more experience about the how industry works, and you have exposure to real life products of the individuals. How
Mhm.
that translates into the question or the statements when the interviewer asks like going towards the part of it, what is expected out of a person who wants to move into this field, to get interview questions like, or like typical interview scenarios, or how it relates to the real world.
Sure. So I think here again, I would like to tell you this, that as an interviewer, when I am taking an interview, what I'm really trying to look for uh, is this person the right fit for my team?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there to judge you. I'm nobody to judge you. I am just trying to figure it out whether this person is a good fit for my team. So it's never just about solving the question. It's never about that. It's about the thought process. Because, this question, maybe you've seen it somewhere before. But when you'll come to my team, when you'll be working with me, when we all will be working on a solution, or maybe you yourself alone, like in Flipkart, it's mostly you are leading whatever you're doing. So and it's an end-to-end ownership. So how I see it is, will they be able to bear with us? I know transitions are difficult, but will they be able to cope up with it and deliver as per their capabilities? So all of those things come into picture when an interview is going on. So if I have to tell you this, so if let's say you have done a project in whichever role you were working on, and whatever that company was, or whatever was the scale of that company or the customer base, whatever, if you have the right understanding, even if your contribution was very small, right, I will be able to understand that this person took that step to understand what they were doing. And if they are able to do that while working on a very small piece of this very big picture, I think they'll be able to do that when they join us. Apart from that, let's say you are solving a problem. Like now, let's come to the PSDS round, or the all of those rounds, like machine coding round. In If I'll come to the coding round, there, if you have been a clean coder, a clean developer, you follow all those practices that are basically the industry standards, you won't face any challenges while solving that problem, or while writing that code, because you are used to doing the neat work. So what I would like to suggest here is, try reading those contents, and try to uh, really learn about what are the industry standards, because clean code is not just for you or anyone. It's for the successor that is going to come and read that system, and that is how we can make a system sustain. So that is one of those things that we are looking for in a machine coding round. How is not just the solution, again, solution is required, but not just that. Apart from that, these are the things we are looking at in let's say the PSDS round. You are solving a problem, but I would like to know, what is the thought process that you're having? How do you chalk it all out?
Mm-hmm.
How are you approaching that solution? If you have mugged it or not, like okay, fine, you mugged this solution, but you possibly cannot be knowing the solution to the real world problem that will be there in the team. So
Right.
how are you taking steps towards solving a problem? All of these things are, I think, what are the expectations during any interview.
Yeah, I think maybe, as you mentioned, interviewers are generally experienced, and they have a better way of understanding how you are thinking, and that thought process is what gives that edge over other candidates and makes the interviewer decide that you are the right fit for the team. As you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, that solution will come to you eventually whenever you're working on real world projects, when you are working with your seniors, or there will be Stack Overflow, there will be other places and
Mm.
platforms where you will find the solution, or where you will reach to the solution eventually. But the thought process behind is very, very, very crucial, and how you fit with your team, how you fit in with the whole bigger picture of the project and product, is what is also expected during the interview process. So all the audience who are listening in, please trade carefully when you are going for an interview. It's not always about the solution, it's about how you reach to that solution, what all you have thought during like solution, reaching to that solution part of that problem. And I think that's the best advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with this, I think we can safely wrap up this podcast. I think we got all the information about this field, this domain, and thank you so much, Mayuri, for sharing all this information. Thank you so much for coming on for this podcast and giving us all the nuances and everything that goes into building the right set of products in the right way, and also who are all looking for going in this domain, moving into this domain, working as an SD1 or SD2. Please follow all these advices, because these are like very hardcore, very right choices that you can make, which will make you move go very high on the path. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will also put the LinkedIn link of Mayuri in the description box below. You can reach out to her. She's a very fun person to connect to.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a great pleasure, and I think it was really fun. You really touched those important points. I think if I look back and if I look at my second year in engineering self, I would really find these things helpful. So thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely. Really glad that you came and shared all these things with the audience in the best way ever possible. Uh, how they can grasp and get the best out of it, it's up to you. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And to the audience who are listening in, I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.